Agents of I.C.S. is a Monster of the Week horror podcast meant for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Why, hello there, everyone, and welcome back to Agents of I.C.S. It seems this case is slowly coming to a head. Let's meet with our agents now. Hello!
Hello.
Alrighty. In our last scene-ish, we effectively had, I almost said Jargo. Yep. Jargo.
Jar Jar Binks.
Good old Jar. Oh no. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. That's your fate now, I guess.
Yes.
We had Jay and Margo.
Back to Kaiba. Right now.
Cargo.
Cargo Zoom.
All right. When Jay is driving, yes. So we got the two of them heading out of Season's Comfort, out of Galva Hills, to go pick some shit up. Did either of you leave a note, or did you wait for Graham to basically take over shift and say, hey, bud, we're leaving, keep an eye on Carson?
I mean, obviously, we tell them that we're leaving for a bit.
Yeah.
Some mirrors and stuff like that.
Yeah, and we have to make sure that one of them is awake.
Perfect, okay. So we wait for the next person to basically take over. Y'all head out. And the actual last scene we ended on was, Carson, you took a call from our wonderful Carnation Services. Eleanor passed it on to you, basically said that Ivan is not doing well. At most, he'll last 1 or 2 more days, and then that's probably it for him, unfortunately. They'll keep a close eye, though, and if they need to leave a message with Eleanor, they'll try their best, and they'll be as vague as possible.
All right. So we told them to put a mirror in front of them, see what happens.
Yes, they said to
The flower has wilted.
Exactly. So basically, mirror the boy, see what happens. They'll probably call back maybe around the time that May, and oh my god, I said Jargo, and I'm going to keep saying it. Jay and Margo. I said, my brain said May and Jargo.
Carson.
Jarson.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Marson.
Margo and Jay. Margo and Jay. Margo and Jay. Margo and Jay.
Messy.
Snoopy. You're actually very close to that. Spoilers.
Oh, God.
Megan's like, what?
Is she?
Yeah, she is. Yeah, we're all excited.
Right, it's yeah, no, okay.
Yeah.
I forgot which expansion it was.
You'll see. At the end of Heaven's Word, there's a good dungeon with some wonderful voice lines. You'll see.
Oh.
Is it a good dungeon, though? Honestly, I hate it.
Melanie.
I like the fight.
That reminds me.
The dungeon's probably boring, yeah.
I mean, they did change the fight, by the way.
Yeah.
Slightly.
Yeah,
It's better now, honestly, but
I keep coming across fights that have changed.
Yeah, I don't know that it's changed, but
they can't do random RNG fights anymore because of AI.
How is Melanie supposed to tell me my every move if the dungeons?
All of them are very simple now, and they actually use their proper marks. So
they're super scripted, so it's actually easier.
Perfect.
So you're basically conveyed all that information, Carson. We know that Margo and Jay are out kind of doing their thing. So realistically, you'll have about, I say, 5 or so hours to yourself. Because you guys got up relatively early. You probably have more of that, realistically. If you want to do anything, Carson, you're more than welcome to. But it's effectively going to be just you and Graham. And in the morning, like I said, Graham sort of prepared while you were taking the phone call. He was sort of scooping up, all the good stuff. He's seen what y'all eat, so he's prepared a plate for both you and himself. And he's sort of waiting at the table, kind of finger drumming, just waiting for you. And after you finish your call, he sort of gives you a wave.
I mean, I guess I go eat.
Excellent. As you sit down, he's, kind of just drumming at his plate and whatnot, eating, just sort of doing whatever. And he looks up at you, pauses for a second, and says, hey, Carson, so, I only heard like half that phone call. How are things going?
Not great.
Like in general, or for the guy?
For the guy. I don't know if you noticed the, massive scab covering his entire body.
Nods.
But
wait, Graham wasn't there to see that.
I don't think Graham saw it, yeah.
I think you guys mentioned it or had a picture.
I think we did talk to him about it, though.
Yeah.
He's aware of it. You've offered to show it, and he said, I'm good. So he knows of it.
Well, just
the only
to follow
one
up.
We have shown it to is, what's his name? Stefan,
yeah.
Well, that guy with the massive scab all over his body, except for his face, not doing well. Probably isn't gonna make it, which is pretty sad.
Yeah.
But we are doing a couple of testing. Sounds so aggressive. Not quite what we're doing.
I kind of got you. You're, doing your best to see what does and doesn't work. I mean, it's a supernatural disease or something after all.
Yeah. So we've got pretty limited time here to figure out what we can do to stop the creature from doing it again. So we're just working on that right now.
He sort of nods along and says, all right, how about the whole thing in general? I mean, are y'all closer or?
To figuring out what to do?
Yeah.
Well, we've got a couple of theories.
Okay.
Which hopefully Mr. Scab will be able to either confirm or deny.
Do you
the point of no return?
Do y'all need my help with anything? Or I mean, I feel kind of useless just sitting here. I mean, Maya's gone, so.
Well, truthfully, Graham, I'm feeling kind of useless just sitting here.
He laughs a little at that, yeah.
There's not a lot to be done right now. I'm in a game. Is there anything that I can even really do in this period of time?
If there's something you think you want to do, if you want to talk to people, look around, you're more than welcome to. Preparing is, I know you only played like 1 or 2 sessions with Blades in the Dark with us, but realistically, I'm cool with flashbacks. I'm saying, I would have prepared this. That makes sense for my character. And I just go, yeah, definitely. Unless it's this horribly elaborate, like, Rue Goldberg machine, which those don't work anyway. So maybe don't do that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I just don't know how Carson would prepare for something like this.
Honestly, that could be in person. Just not sure what to do next. That could be in character.
Yeah. I guess that's where I am then.
Okay.
I mean, you do have your own crew, right?
I do.
Yeah, maybe they can find more information about this guy. Or this entity.
But I think that's true. I
assume that I.C.S. has probably gone most of it, but maybe one of them knows, I don't know, an ancient Croatian family. Who knows?
Yeah, I'll reach out to my crew.
Okay, regarding that,
are they? See if they can drum up anything else.
Yeah,
so
you can call them with a line, I guess.
You can call them on a landline. In terms of allies, are they supposed to? You're good. Are they supposed to offer anything in particular, or are they just like flavor? Do you know?
Just flavor, but also maybe like something that
crew move, or is
no? It's not a move. It's a underworld. Pick how you discovered blah blah blah, and then it says allies. Okay. I'm not really sure.
Yeah. So the thing that I have is a team of 3 or 4 people who will help you out with pretty much anything.
Yeah.
And mostly research.
Yeah, and for the most part, it's fairly normal research, but you know what you're looking for now. So you could, call them on a landline. And realistically, they're going to be gone enough that you might find something.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, out of game, of course, out of game, in-game knowledge. I've given you quite a bit of information. So if you want to know something, you're going to have to actually ask me a literal question. Otherwise, I can't just give you something random because I've effectively given you everything I can think of.
Question is,
yeah.
So we're checking in on the mirror thing, right?
Yeah.
With I.C.S. I guess I would want to look and see if have them look around to see if there's anything else that could be an aid
for the victim
fighting it. No, while fighting it.
While fighting it. In general,
like some kind of Croatian charm or something to keep it at bay.
Yeah.
Kind of like the bone we found, I guess.
But obviously, if that's something that is not doable, that's fine. But that's really the only reason I would contact them to see if there's maybe any stories.
Sure. We'll finish the conversation with Graham, and then probably this would spur you to think, oh yeah, I got my people back home. You can call them on the landline. Obviously, the only way they can call back is through the landline, so I gotta make sure you're here.
Yeah,
but you will be for
I'm
hours.
not going to be going anywhere for
exactly. So that's perfect. And while you guys are chatting, Graham kind of grows quiet for a second as he's sort of picking at his food and he's thinking. And this is almost like weirdly quiet for him. He's very clearly introspective about something. Sort of after you mentioned that, even you're in over your head. And then he turns to you, Carson, and says, "Hey, man, do you mind if I ask you a question?"
Go for it.
Yeah, it's kind of personal, so if it's weird, you don't have to answer. It's all good.
Go for it.
Do you ever feel like you I don't know, like you don't belong.
Yeah. I mean, surrounded by people who have incredible skills, you know, monsters all over the place. I'm just some guy, you know?
Any like deeper than that though? Because I definitely get being in over your head, but I don't know.
Elaborate on that, Graham. How are you feeling?
He thinks a bit longer. He takes a bite again, and he leans back in his chair and says, "Man, I don't know. There's just this like creeping feeling. I'm not sure what it is, but like my surroundings don't feel familiar sometimes, or maybe it's this town. They don't feel unwelcoming, but I just get the feeling occasionally like I'm not wanted here. You know? Maybe it's just the stress and the situation just getting to me because it's a lot. It's a whole lot.
You know, considering how often I have to deal with weird stuff, I don't think that kind of feeling is something that you should ignore.
Yeah, it's hard to bring up though.
You know, maybe there is something else going on that doesn't want you here. Maybe that's something we need to think about.
Definitely sounds a little spooky, that's for sure. But
yeah, spooky is definitely a word for it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's not all the time. I haven't been sleeping all that well for obvious reasons. I mean, I don't mind sleeping in shifts and helping y'all.
It's
just
not all the time?
No, not all the time. Just it comes up occasionally. I don't know, like when things get quiet, when I really focus on my like surroundings, when certain things happen, when certain words are said, I get this.
What kind of words?
See, I can't place it. It's just I don't know the way people talk sometimes. The way I guess I view things. You know what the hell's it called? The Mandela effect.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Berenstain Bears and all that. Yeah, sometimes people will say a word and I'm like, is that slang or like what am I? I'm not old. Not that you guys are old, of course, but like I'm kind of with the times. So I don't know.
You know, there's some really weird stuff going on, Graham.
Yeah.
Have you been feeling like this the whole time?
Not the whole time. Like I said, it's random. It's just when it happens. I don't know. Like I feel like more. Not that Jay and Margaret are too weird, but I feel like it hits us normal folk. Or I would assume so. We just don't say anything because you don't want to sound crazy. No one wants to be like, oh yeah, that logo always had a dog in it, and then everyone's like, nah, and you're sitting here like, yeah, of course there was no dog, and you're sitting here sweating like, oh no, there was always a dog. Yeah.
I mean, that is super understandable, actually.
Yeah.
Out of game. Is there anything I can do to like investigate this feeling that he's having?
What are you trying to investigate exactly?
I want to know if it's something directly connected to the town and the way that he's like, you know, kind of psychic.
I think we know that he himself is kind of weird
but we know that he's a little weird. This seems it seems like maybe there's more than just that. Or, well, no, you wouldn't lead us in a completely different direction, right?
No,
No, this surely isn't the plot hook for some bigger story.
Because it's kind of what I'm getting a feeling for.
So I did mention I will occasionally say or do things similar to the clue you guys very quickly found in Stefan Wittenberg's home. That has that has almost nothing to do with the current case. I mentioned I'd be dropping little weird things throughout all these campaigns that have some meaning, and I will be very clear if it doesn't go anywhere here, because I don't want you guys spending an hour looking at something when I don't intend it to lead anywhere. This is more so just Graham talking to you, though. He's got a weird feeling. You're not sure if it's directed to like this case. The way he's phrasing it, it sounds like this feeling might have, affected him when he was at the psychic club. So prior to all this, just a weird feeling of like not belonging, and he can't really pinpoint when it started.
Oh, Graham. But I want to be there. I want to know what's going on. Does he need help?
I mean, I don't know. You can ask him stuff.
Empathize. I am just going to empathize with him.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that's all you need to do. You're listening.
Yeah.
Which is what you guys have been doing. And he very much appreciates that. And he maybe kind of notices he got a little too real there for a second, and he kind of laughs and says, well, I mean, I don't want to freak out anything, Carson. Like, it's usually why I don't ask random folk. But I feel like our group's been through quite a bit as you guys are helping me and all. I mean, shit, Margot did not look too good after whatever y'all did in the woods. So
yeah,
I really do appreciate it. Even if shit goes south, you guys have been a massive help.
I mean, Graham, I like to think we've become friends.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. I mean, I don't really have many friends. It's, move somewhat frequently. My mom's a bit weird, like I said, helicopter parent and all. She expects greatness, but wants me to kind of do it solo in a weird way, or like people bring you down. She's a bit much. I'd prefer if y'all didn't meet her, just because I don't think she'd like y'all. She wasn't a huge fan of the whole psychic club thing. I did it for fun. She thought it was a waste of time, and honestly, yeah, probably was. She doesn't want me hanging out with like hooligans. So
I don't know. I feel like you're allowed to do things that are a waste of time sometimes.
Hence why I don't always tell her when I'm doing things. Yeah.
Well, either way, you're always welcome to talk to me about it.
Thanks. I appreciate it, man. And his spirits seem to be lifted a bit after this. He's no longer as quiet, and he's he finishes up his food. And by this point, unless you have anything else to say to him, you can definitely make that phone call.
Yeah, I make that phone call.
Perfect. Go ahead and just roll me the good old convince. Of like, hey, buds, I got some shit for you. 13. That's a number. Excellent.
Perfect.
Mucho grande. Alrighty. So you're looking for maybe something to help combat it?
Yeah.
Okay. By this point, they'll get it back to you quickly. So I'd say, unless you have anything else planned for the day, they'll, hang up. They'll do their thing. They'll do whatever research they can. And realistically, by the time Jay and Margot gets back, you'll have your answer. So unless you want to do anything in between, in the downtime, I can just give you the answer now.
Yeah, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to be hanging out with Graham.
Hanging out with Carson. Carson.
Hanging out with Carson.
Excellent.
Me, myself, and I.
Yeah, exactly.
As one does.
So they let you know, upon looking into various myth and legend, that they don't have as much time to prepare as they would like, nor do they have the resources that I.C.S. does. But we have the internet. You do not, and they will milk it for all it's worth. Perfect.
Exactly what they're there for.
Precisely. They're able to determine a few things. Now, some of this might be bullshit, but they're trying to, you go to one website, it says 5 things. Next website, 4 things. Okay, 3 were the same. Next website, 2 things. Okay, 2 were the same. And you kind of just match up and say, what are the consistencies? And one general bit is sort of a way to protect yourself against, I guess, like a creature of myth. Unfortunately, I don't know if you guys have read a lot of older books, but they're weird. They're very odd things.
Usually.
Yeah, it doesn't really make any sense for the most part. This thing, since we can't really, we can nail down what it is. We know it doesn't like dogs. We know it cannot get in unless we have, the specified layout of, home, town, whatever it may be. So in terms of like weaknesses, that's kind of it. Now, you guys do already know the mirror thing, and you definitely would have conveyed that information. But which I'd say you probably mentioned the scratch and the scabbing and all that nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They let you know that because this thing is of the land, that healing, curing. Now, they don't have an exact answer. They said if you're able to, try to pull from like the direct source, any like local books. Someone's got to have something, maybe, probably, to get like better information. There are multiple ways to either slow down, they think at least, this rot, whatever is happening to people's bodies. So
a way to slow it down?
To slow it down or just stop it, yeah.
Okay.
They're not sure which. They basically read both. But the main thing is they read you need to take like a part of the creature. It's blood, something. You need something from the source. So hair, whatever. You describe it in a very odd way. So they're like, well, whatever is probably not one of the faces. So a part of it. Blood usually will do the trick, as long as it bleeds. Pour that into the wound or near the wound.
Ooh.
Yes. And then seal the wound with, quote unquote, the land. And they could take that to mean as dirt and mud, leaves and such from like a local river or from a spring nearby. Something that's part of like the natural landscape. So basically sealing the wound with both the creature and the land itself will neutralize the effect.
Okay. We don't have those yet.
Well, technically. We did give I.C.S. the horn we blasted off.
You do have horn,
yes. Is there blood in the horn?
No, just horn.
Assuming the creature even has blood. we know that it is the bone itself is off the creature, so it might work.
So you guys definitely have that stuff.
All right. Well, can I pass that on to I.C.S.?
I mean, if we're still in town by that point, we might be able to pick it up as well.
Pick it up as in swing by I.C.S. and take some of the horn back?
If we're still in town at that point.
If you guys wanted to, in terms of timing, because Carson rolled a 13, I would say you guys would have the time to be able to do that, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think Jay or Margot would care if they were like halfway back and need to turn around for a bit and spend like another 3 hours driving. If that meant potentially healing stuff.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. It might make you guys like a little bit later, but it's not going to affect your guys' time too much.
We only don't have land basically, of the area.
Correct. And here, let's see how much this affects time. Jay, I want you to go ahead and roll me act under pressure with a +1 from your driving skill, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and do that for me. All right, perfect. Right down the middle, we got an 8. Excellent. So with that, you guys don't really lose too much time, just a little. It'll make you guys slightly later. The only thing that we are sacrificing is indeed going to be time, but you're able to basically pick up. Do you want all there wasn't very much. Do you guys want all of it?
No. Like, we want to also test it on, well, we can't do that. But I would say, like, have them grind it into a dust or something, and then take a handful with us.
Yeah, they can definitely do that for you guys.
Yeah. And they can also send someone else with us to drive back for, like, a piece of the land, basically.
Sure. We'll have an extra associate basically drive with y'all all the way up to Galva Hills. They'll arrive. Getting the goods will be somewhat difficult, but they'll follow you guys in. So once they get it, they'll just peace out.
If anything, I would be concerned that a piece of the land means like inside the weird area, rather than just the forest.
Yeah. So obviously, this remedy is supposed to be done on site, which you'll be able to see quicker. Very difficult to kind of go back and forth, but we'll basically when we get there, you guys we'll probably do a roll or something to say like scope the area, and then the guy will go. They will take whatever it is, and then they'll peace out and drive back to I.C.S. as quickly as possible. Of course, they'll need either blood or more bone, but I'll let you guys decide that when you get there.
Like, I assume we took some of the bone, and we can technically test it on Margot if she's up for that. If she hasn't been introduced to
that's fine
by then.
In terms of how much was left, there's enough to leave some behind, and there's enough to test on Margot. So you can definitely do that.
So we do need to get some more, or is it like enough?
For testing this, it should be enough to leave some behind for Ivan, for this other person to swing by and grab it, and then enough for Margot, and that's it.
And also, what's her name? Maya?
Maya? We'll need more for Maya.
Okay.
Fortunately, she's not so far along, so.
Yeah, true.
I'm pretty sure while you guys are at I.C.S., I don't think there's anything else. Pretty sure that's it. Oh, while you guys are by, they let you know that Ivan's not doing well, so. Good job, you found something.
I assume the mirror had no effect.
Oh, there we go. Thank you. I knew there was something I was forgetting. No, so the mirror did indeed have no effect. You kind of shown it at him, and he was just as wild and totally like, I need to go, completely ignoring it. Seeing it might have made him angrier, but not in a, yes, keep showing, like, away, demon! More so in a way of like, what is that? So, not great.
That's you.
This be you, boy. I don't want to see that. So, we are near sundown now. Margot and Jay, you have returned with Bone. Carson, Ram. And
yeah.
I have a disco ball hanging in the van.
We've effectively got all the stuff we need. It is, in terms of time, around 4-ish, 5-ish. So, sun's still up, but it's getting ready to set.
Wait, but we have to walk there, so we're going to arrive at night.
You'll arrive near sundown. That was the original time, but swinging by I.C.S. slowed you down a bit, so.
Fudge.
Yeah, it's fine still.
It's dark anyway.
I don't want to go to sleep.
I mean, we don't have to. We can just go inside now and hope that the moonlight is enough to have the mirror trick work. Also bring some candles and light, I guess.
Wow. Where are we going? What are we doing?
I do not want to fight it in the dark.
But why not, though?
Because those little prickly plants
That's fair.
Are hard to see in the dark.
Preferably we would be fighting it in a clearing.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get that lucky.
No, in that case, we can try sleeping in the light.
All right, I will not be on watch by myself.
No, sure. I mean, we do have the guy from I.C.S. with us now, so he can take watch.
All right. Wait, so you guys are going to sleep one more day?
Yeah, I guess so.
We could do a quick nap and then go out super early.
Good to me.
That definitely works. You do know that napping one day will put Ivan on the edge of death, effectively.
Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe we should do that then.
Totally up to you, though.
Well, okay, hang on. We're bringing Molotov cocktails, right? So I guess that provides us plenty of light.
True, we do.
Fine, we can go.
Hey, it's life or death for Ivan, unless you don't care about him.
I do, but I care about myself more.
Honestly, I'm glad you're being honest about that.
I mean, I can't help more people if I'm dead.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
You also can't cut any more arms off.
Exactly. I have to do my tally. It has to grow.
We are a fan of big tallies here.
Hashtag not a serial killer.
Yet.
Definitely something
I
a
don't.
serial killer.
Hashtag not a serial killer. That implies that you've used that tag before.
No, I just made it for the first time.
I'm a little. I'm concerned. I think we should just fight it.
All right, off we go.
Alrighty, in we go. The three of us. And a random NPC person will also be joining with. Yay, this guy.
He gets to carry all the dirt, right?
The dirt lad. What's this person's name?
Kirk.
Kirk. Good luck, Kirk. I believe in you.
Kirk MacGuffin. Because he's the bringer of MacGuffins.
Indeed. Well, he's here to collect the MacGuffin.
Exactly.
All right, with this, we will leave post haste. And in terms of, as a quick reminder, well, what are we all bringing with us? We got the big stand-up mirror, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you guys are bringing a whole bunch of small mirrors?
A bunch of small ones. I have a disco ball with me, a bunch of Molotovs. Like when we say small, I mean like
Hand mirrors, right?
a bunch of those, but also slightly bigger ones.
Yeah.
A few, like 2 or 3, I don't know.
Yeah, reasonably sized hand mirrors, so it's not just like, I can see my hand. All right, perfect. Who's carrying the big mirror? It is difficult to move, obviously, so
Yes.
awkward, especially through a
I
forest.
guess I will.
It's gonna have to be 2 people anyway, so I'll also help with that.
Yeah. Well, I can also help.
Realistically,
Preferably have Carson do it so that Marco can, swing.
Yeah.
say, Margo,
All right, that's fair. I will be on guard duty.
you're already carrying something very large, so it's going to be incredibly difficult for you to carry anything else. Fortunately, we have Kirk with us. Free labor.
Exactly.
Kirk.
Lucky
Yeah.
guy.
Kirk is wearing
What
the
a
red
man!
shirt.
What a man!
I've come for your dirt and mud and steaks.
Give me your dirt.
I'll have your sloppiest dirt, please. Thank you.
I've got a jar of dirt. I've got a jar of dirt.
This boy could only be so lucky. Alrighty, well, with all that, we head into Lovagage, looking for a very, very spooky lad. We'll leave it a good time,
We'll
fortunately.
make sure to tell Kirk that if he sees any animals staring at him, shoot it.
Shoot it. All right, shoot it. Don't stare back. Excellent. Note taken. And carefully lower the mirror, of course.
Yes.
So as we all head into the woods, as we know before, it takes a hop, skip, and a jump to actually get there. Margo, I will ask this of you. As you have taken a day, drove out, drove back, we're re-entering the woods. It's a bit humid here. Sun's coming down. Plenty of bugs. Plenty of just blah to make your body itch and just sweat. Not the place for general comfort or pride and beauty. Fortunately, Margo doesn't seem to care too much about that. While you're trudging through the forest to get to the clearing, though, go ahead and roll me plus tough. Nice, an 11. Okay. Tell me, when you're out and
That
about...
was really nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
She
That was a really long pause. I was getting real nervous.
For you, Margo, when you're in combat mode, basically, how's your leg wrapped?
Well, I'm going to need flexibility, so probably fairly lightly.
Okay. Just kind of like not splint is obviously the wrong word, like the runner state, basically.
Yeah.
She has a shin guard on.
Yeah, I mean, I want it thick so that it doesn't get, damaged, but it's going to be something lightweight.
Perfect. Alrighty, well, we're able to handle that fairly easily. And as you're walking through the forest, Margo, you're focused on your target, you're looking around, you're keeping your eyes open, And in the back of your mind, you swear you see and hear a figure that you can't place, but you know what it looks like? If you were asked to describe it, though, you don't think you could. You can pretty clearly hear its voice calling to you, though. You know not to answer, as you did not answer before. But while this is happening, that itching is culminating right in the back of your leg where that scab was, where you were scratched. Fortunately, you kind of snap out of this, and you feel yourself reaching down for your leg to scratch it, but you pull back. You're nowhere near actually scratching it. You could just feel yourself going for it, but you resist, fortunately. And as you get closer and closer to the clearing, Margot specifically, all of you indeed feel like you're being watched. Prior, it almost felt like you were being watched by a predator that did not want to be known, and you guys just happened to see it. Now, it's essentially exerting its pressure on you. You know you're being watched. It wants you to know you're being watched. You can tell it wants you to turn around. As you get closer, Margot, the itching sensation gets worse, but you're able to resist. And after not too long, we reach the clearing. There's a fairly long downward slope, and Kirk looks at you guys like, oh, I'm gonna drag this thing down here and all this shit. Like, you guys have already been here? Oh my god. Very much gives you a look at us and say, woof, you guys are something else. All right.
Don't look up.
Yeah. You guys head downward pretty slowly as to not drop the mirror. And it's not too heavy, fortunately. Realistically, we could wheel it, but we're in a forest, so that's not happening. Until we hit the little road. So I guess that's convenient. And Kirk is indeed, looking about, trying to keep an eye out. They do have a firearm on them in case they need it. They're here half for support and half to, assist with whatever they need to. So you guys want Kirk to obviously get the shiz and leave. Do you want him to get near the cave, or now that we're near the clearing, do you want him to look around this area on their own? Do you guys want to kind of help them? What's the plan?
Well, we definitely don't want him to go stray off of the path, I assume.
No, and I kind of want him somewhere within sight.
I'm not sure if using some moss from a tree on the path or will work.
I would actually just grab everything, like all types of earth.
All dirt is good dirt.
Maybe some bark, some leaves.
Yeah.
It's grave
An
dirt.
entire acorn.
Okay, so
Shoveling wood.
Oh god. We're primarily collecting from this area then before we actually enter the path.
Yeah, might as well help him get some real quick.
Okay, cool. This doesn't take much time. You guys are unassaulted. Nothing's watching you. As mentioned before, as we get close to this path, the chirping and occasional jumping of animals throughout the forest, it does indeed become quieter. And as you guys are collecting various twigs and mud and such, he's got plenty of, little, what are they called? For leftovers, Tupperware. You got the individual Tupperwares for wood and sticks and things of that nature. He's trying to keep them separate, just in case they need to be separated. So he's taking his time, but you guys are indeed helping. And during this moment, as things are being collected, you guys faintly hear sort of wisping out from the pathway, just a whistling of wind between the trees, and a whistling of wind between various bones that are hung from the canopy. And they clatter together. And he pauses for a second and looks at y'all as if to say, is this bad? Is this okay? What is this?
Keep working.
Don't acknowledge it.
Yeah, I am on high alert.
Perfect. Okay. Kirk continues.
In fact, I'm probably walking around watching more than I am helping.
Yeah.
All right, that's perfectly fine. You looking around is kind of, all right, Margot's got this.
Would have definitely told them, if you see anything in the tree lines, don't even acknowledge it.
Excellent. Kirk will be very careful. And like I said, after not too long, you guys are able to collect what you need. I assume we're taking Kirk further in with us to help with the mirror. They do know their way back, so
yeah, we still might need something from the inner circle, but we never know. And
Okay.
Also, we need him to try it out on Margot, I guess.
perfect. Are we trying that out now, or waiting to get to the inner circle? What's the plan?
The inner circle, I'd rather try it out here because the creature's probably in the inner circle.
Yeah, but if this path is rather small, if it decides to attack us here, we're screwed.
I'd also prefer to try it later, after we've done something about the beast.
It is your wound.
Yeah, I am just more worried that it might try something with your wound, basically.
That's a risk I'm prepared to take.
No,
Wait,
sure,
what goes
no.
on? What are you doing?
That does mean that Kirk has to survive the beast, though.
Basically, Kirk is coming with you guys to the inner circle to collect more stuff. He's done collecting for now. You guys have warned him to not look at it or to look at anything really you see in the woods going forward. He'll do his best to, of course, obey that. And they will stay on the defense, help bring this mirror down this windy passage, and we're moving forward.
All right.
As with last time, the path has not changed. It is precisely the same as it was.
And all its spooky glory.
All its spooky glory. All the bones clattering up above. More and more as we get deeper into the forest.
Actually, can I use a flashback moment?
Yeah, what are we looking for?
I bought all of us one of those like reflective glasses. It's hard to see at night with them, but
Well, what are they used for?
You basically know those highway cop glasses with like high reflection.
Hmm?
Basically, you can wear them, and then the creature, he'll be forced to look at you and himself. Is the idea.
Are those that reflective?
Those mirror glasses are very reflective, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So all four of you are rocking those glasses?
We need all the protection we can get.
All right, we're not going for style points.
Hey, I bet these look fantastic on me. Shut up.
Maybe.
Where?
I'm not sure what they're called. They're like the
Aviators?
Kind of. They're like the traditional cop glasses that are super reflective.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm imagining like Super Troopers.
The
or,
cop glasses.
Yeah.
Got it.
yeah.
How dare you make me wear cop glasses?
It's for a good cause this time.
Literally, my enemy is a police officer.
I mean, same.
Yeah, same for him.
My parole officer literally wants me in jail for no reason.
Oh, no.
Alrighty.
By the way, I am here
Yes.
on parole, so, don't make me kill anyone.
I'll keep that in mind.
Wonderful noise. You guys are walking into the woods.
Like, realistically,
Perfect.
Margot would know this because she is my, how do you call it? Like, if you're on parole and you have someone keeping watch over you when you work,
Supervisor?
I guess.
Yeah, it's
I know what you mean, though.
yeah, kind of like a caretaker, basically. Like, I'll keep an eye on you to make
basically,
sure.
Margot is my caretaker, and if I do anything, then she has to validate it.
Okay.
Oh,
Got it.
Technically, if
I'm
we
a-
ever run into my parole officer.
I'm a good choice for that then, because I will let a lot fly.
Yeah,
That was
I hope
all
so.
in the plan.
He's an
not
angel.
allowed
What are you
to-
talking about?
I'm not allowed to own guns either. I'm a convict. Yet I have to.
Hand wave.
It's
Margo,
fine.
Margo can't see them. She the glasses she's wearing are far too thick.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, and our group heads further and further in. It is only getting darker because of the canopy. As a reminder, it is indeed quite thick. And
Only, huh?
Probably. Maybe you can tell yourself that. We can see, though, as we have flashlights, candles, whatever you guys have, we can still see very clearly. The way, as I mentioned before, is clear. No brambles or anything. In fact, upon closer inspection, the roots don't even come into this, path. Very odd, considering the trees stop dead on this path. How they were able to somehow manage this is beyond you now, but still, we press forward.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume it has something to do with the things hanging above us.
Mayhaps. And as we press forward, I will ask all of you to roll me plus sharp, as we have been walking for an appropriate amount of time. And the entire bit of us walking, you can hear something probably moving alongside you. And it pauses when you pause. But sometimes you get the feeling that it's intentionally making noise when you are not, to alert you to its location. You all know not to look into the woods, though. Whatever
I might be wearing a very feisty grin on my face right now.
whatever it's trying to show you, you don't want to say.
From an adrenaline rush.
So with sharp, you have 7, 9, 7.
Hey, Margot, did you polish your sword before you went into the forest?
Yeah, probably while I was on watch duty.
Nice. Makes it nice and reflective,
Ooh, good point.
And moving forward, as we are, staying as focused as we possibly can, I'll let each of you decide. This one sharp roll will effectively encompass from where we are now all the way to the clearing. So I'll let each of you choose, since we all got a mixed success. As we're moving forward, we will indeed continue to do so. We know the creature is attempting to confuse us, disorient us, possibly hurt us, hold us back. And during this time forward, Jay, Margot, and Carson, you can choose from one of two things. You can either be so focused that you, for sure, do not trip on anything or touch anything. This will do 1 armor-piercing harm, but no disease. It'll be something you trip on. It'll be something that cuts you that was like a rock. Something from the forest, possibly. Or 1 stress. Placed wherever you'd like. Your choice.
I think I'm in focus mode right now.
Okay, so which Band-Aid do you get?
I'll take stress.
Okay, where are you putting it? In stress, I assume?
Yeah, I don't think this is quite agitated mode yet.
That perfectly makes sense, yeah. Alrighty, Jay and Carson.
So the options are be so focused that you either take stress or damage.
Yes. So your attention will wane one way or the other. You're so focused you miss something and trip
And
on
the
it.
second option is that you miss something and trip on it and get what?
You'll be damaged by something that we'll decide. I'll basically narrate it once you guys will decided.
I'll be focused and take damage.
Okay. So go ahead and mark a 1 harm. And how about you, Jay?
I feel like Jay listens to his gut a lot, and his gut is currently telling him to run the fuck away because this creature is exerting its power. And he is ignoring it, which is making him, well, a bit reckless, I guess.
I like that. Very cool. So, Jay, you kind of nailed yours there. Margot, you as well. You're so focused on dodging whatever might come out. And you almost feel like it's aiming for you, Margot, actually. The bush, maybe like stones that were coming out of the ground that you didn't see before, it almost feels like the forest is trying to push you out. You get this strange feeling of the walls coming in on you and everything's trying to touch you and get to you, and you can physically see things, Margo, that you have to jump over or walk over. Your guys' light can only guide your way for so long and only so well, but you are able to avoid every little thing that could possibly hang you up and or, terrifyingly, drag you into that forest you desperately do not want to look into. So we're all able to avoid this. Carson, though, you probably focus more on your mental state, for the time being at least. You don't want to look into the forest. Absolutely cannot look at something that you know will be staring right back dead into your eyes.
Yeah, I was already weirded out enough by the freaky deer,
So while you're walking, maybe Jay and Margot up ahead, and Kirk's trying to position the mirror with you, make sure we don't drop it or anything. And a low-hanging branch or one that just suddenly came out that wasn't there before, it's super difficult to tell, but to reiterate, no disease, so you're safe. But it suddenly just like whips, and you didn't see it coming. It almost slaps you in the face, and you can feel it kind of cut down your cheek, and you're not bleeding like profusely, but it shocks you. You're awake. You're like, oh shit, what?
Oof.
I'm imagining like Margot being stressed as she is, like pushing a branch back and then having it whip back into Carson's face.
Yes.
Yeah, there's someone just trying to kill Margot. One of them backfires against Carson.
Damn.
And then by the time you turn to see, like, oh shit, was it one of those? It's gone. There was no low-hanging branch, nothing. You don't even see any blood in the ground or anything. But by this point, we all turn, and seemingly, the opening is before us. So is the cave, along with those 2 large pillars.
All right, let's go set up, I guess.
Yeah, might as well.
All right, as you guys move outward and into this opening, the feeling of being watched has not dissipated, but you don't hear anything anymore. Maybe the wind, that's it. So what are y'all doing now that you've arrived?
I guess you do a little bit of setup and gather some more moss and grass from this area.
All right.
Yeah.
Some soil.
Kirk seems freaked out. He can smell the cave from here, and no questions. He understands. Shit's weird. Just start collecting dirt.
When the thing appears, make sure you're, standing behind the cave so you don't have to see this thing. You won't like it, trust me.
Nods. Triple nods. He skipped the
Also,
double nod.
keep this mirror on you.
You give him like one of the hand mirrors?
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
But, if anything moves in front of you, just use the mirror shiner at it to see what happens. Should be fine.
He's been holding well together, but now that he's gotten to this point, he shakily takes it. He's focused, but like it's starting to get real because you guys are starting to hand things out. You're setting things up, and it's not coming. And we kind of rushed to that last part there, so it's like,
if you really want, you can go back alone. It should probably leave you alone since we're here, but
Oh, that was a great laugh up.
Nervous laughter as he scoops dirt into one of the Tupperware.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Probably safer here. If anything, feel free to run once we start engaging it.
Yeah, will do. And Kirk just kind of goes to work as you guys begin setting things up. So as you guys are indeed setting up, you still feel this malicious force, but it's not coming to meet you.
Why am I suspicious?
Like right now, I'm definitely setting stuff up and I'm trying to hide the fact that we have mirrors, but...
Okay.
I mean, I figured the big one's probably under a sheet or something, right?
Makes sense. Yeah, you guys most likely brought stuff for that. So, and
set up a bunch of light. So a nice big area to, effectively fight.
Good. We don't need to be super literal. Like the mirror is facing blank. That's fine. But for general setup, what are we taking out and what are we trying to like keep away? So we got the mirror out. We say you're setting up other things. Well, what are we putting out specifically?
At the very least, some well-positioned mirrors, so we have like a coverage basically around us.
Okay, and how are you setting them up, and where are they like facing? Like, what kind of mirrors are these?
Yeah, that's part of the plan that we hadn't figured out yet. Do we want to like try to, I don't know, force it into the cave, or do we want to? What specifically is our plan?
With the mirrors?
Or do we just want to lure it into like a circle of mirrors and then start bashing it?
I'm inclined to do it into the cave because it'd be nice to destroy all that nastiness in there when we attempt to set it on fire.
Yeah.
So
we might be able to piss it off by throwing a Molotov into the cave to start the fight.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yum.
I guess it depends how dank the cave is.
Very. It's the definition of dank. You've been there before, so.
Yeah.
You helped with Ivan.
Yes.
So in terms of me envisioning the mirrors, are we tying them to trees? Are we setting them on the floor? Are we hanging them? Besides the big one, of course, that can be positioned anywhere. What are we doing with the smaller ones?
I think tying them to trees.
Yeah, or like making basically jury-rigged, what are they called? Like wedges.
Okay.
To lean against, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. And are these like against, like on the trees, on the branches, or on the floor? Just to get a visual.
Higher, yeah, a bit higher up, because we know the thing is big. So
right, yeah,
it's about big. It needs to be about his head level, I guess.
Okay, cool. You guys spend a good 30 plus minutes setting this up. It's only getting darker. Fortunately, you guys have brought some lights with you. And of course, we are slowed down ever so slightly by trying our absolute hardest to not look into the woods. And during this time, you guys are able to set up all the mirrors and such, precisely how you'd like. Margot, though, go ahead and roll me plus weird as we're sort of finishing up our setup of these mirrors. Aha, 12! You, Margot, as you're setting up one of the mirrors on a wedge, you feel breath on your neck, hot and sticky. It's right there. It's right behind you. Whatever this is, it wants you to know it's there.
These mind games don't work on me.
Correct.
They're working on me.
Sorry.
You know it's not there. But still.
Somehow Carson pisses his pants.
That's my fail roll.
He absorbs the stress.
I absorb it.
Between each breath, Margot, you can hear echoing from the cave and all around you, just your name over and over. And it's not malicious. It's desperately calling to you. It's Margot. Margot.
Give me your face. Give me your face.
Each call is in a different voice. High, low, young, old.
Whoops, that might make me angry. Assumably it's all the victims.
You're able to shake this off. Your neck feels sweaty, unfortunately. A little gross. It's probably just the humidity of the forest. But the voices fade. There's nothing behind you. And everything's set up. Kirk kind of looks at you all. He's been helping a little, and effectively just gives you a look up to say, "Okay, now what? Is he going to just try to kill us, or what do we do?"
I kind of feel like Kirk needs to book it.
Yeah.
But maybe that's just me.
Maybe. As soon as we're into like heavy fighting territory, at least.
Yeah. Now we wait, I guess.
But I think the fact that we're here, if he kind of tries to leave, the thing might just go after him out of spite.
Maybe. I mean, I guess we would have to trap it somehow with like an extra mirror.
He has a mirror on him, gun and flashlight, so he can go back alone, but you know he doesn't want to. So if you want him to leave, you're going to have to definitely convince him with a roll. Or he'll just stay with you guys. Play up to you guys.
I mean, otherwise we could tell him to, hey, you know how to make a house? You can build a framework real quick, point it north, and it shouldn't be able to enter.
Oh!
Do Minecraft stuff.
Yeah, toad.
That's how it works, right?
What qualifies as a shelter?
Hey, Kirk, you're a carpenter, perchance?
He laughs and says no. He doesn't know to tell you guys are talking about this house. He didn't get the notes on that. He's the dirt guy.
Basically,
Dirt
yeah.
guy.
I mean, basically, we would like jokingly tell him, he can't enter if your house is facing north, so,
Oh,
We're just
okay.
lightening the mood.
Yeah, I appreciate it. No, I can't build a house, though. I'm not really sure how he would.
Shrug. We aren't sure if it's like, actually building a house or if it's the concept of a house.
I was about to say, could he draw like a box on the ground and pretend it's his house?
Just cover his eyes. This is my house. This is my house.
I am not my fear.
And just stick his head in the ground.
Ostrich mode. I can't see you. You can't see me.
Got to make sure the hole in the ground is facing the north, though.
Of course, I'm going to angle it. You can't kill me if I can't see you. That's illegal. Alrighty. So, as we are waiting, do you want Kirk to stay or we want him to skedaddle?
I want him to stay. But I will tell him.
I want him to stay far away from us, basically.
Yeah, he'll position himself so he's not in Shitsville.
Yeah, and remain calm at all times, but keep your eyes and ears open.
Aggressively nods.
Just point your mirror at them, I guess.
All right, he will point flashlight and mirror at the thing, hopefully doing his best to piss it off. During this conversation, you guys think you hear something moving about just behind you? The conversation dulls for a moment, but it's nothing. No more footsteps. And you all realize you end up waiting another 10-ish minutes and still nothing. We have our setup. Margaret, you don't hear the voice call to you any longer. Kirk is definitely getting nervous that, nothing.
Excuse me, I'm not going to wait. I'm going to call out to it.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to.
Oh, let me light a Molotov cocktail real quick. As you start talking to him.
We never heard back from the wristwatch, right? About the Morse code?
No, nothing.
Okay. Wait, give me a Molotov cocktail. I want to toss it into the cave.
Oh, I wanted to do that. That's fine.
Do we only have one?
No, we have a few, I think.
Yeah, we should have at least a few.
Give me one.
Yeah, I mean, we spent time going off and getting a bunch of gasoline for these things, and I assume we had like a dozen at least.
At least, yeah. It's literally just a bottle with, gas and rag on top, so that's easy to make. So which one of you is chucking it into the cave?
I'm just standing here with a lighter going, yeah, okay, who wants to do it?
All right, give it to me.
Okay. I'll light it for you.
Thanks. I will toss it, and I'll say, hey, whatever it's called, we're here to play.
I also light a smoke.
Excellent. You launch this bottle overhead, Margot, goes hurling into the cave. No roll required because, as I mentioned, the mouth of this thing is huge, impossible to miss. And it shatters a good 5-10 feet into the cave. Difficult to tell what would be considered inside, but it lights up the ichor and general stink that has lined the walls. You can see both of the pillars that are unused but substantially dirtier than the two outside. One that we know we freed Ivan Dallas from not too long ago. And it burns. It burns hot and hard. And you can just hear the fire crackling as the lights dance along the walls, showing you more of the gore that's been smeared up alongside them. The smell grows a bit stronger as the burning begins to spread, but slowly and slowly dies down. Margot, you can feel an agitation pointed on you as you do this.
Aw, did that make you angry? What you gonna do about it? I'll motion for another one.
I throw it at you, Margot.
Maybe.
I'm just kidding. I don't do that.
Give me a reflex save.
I drop it.
Maybe try throwing in a bit deeper.
Wrong game.
I catch it with my face.
That's how you do it, right?
Yeah, just headbutt it really hard, goes back the other way.
For some reason, I thought you meant like catch it like a dog with a frisbee.
Like a frisbee?
This is Wimplo. We taught him wrong for fun.
No dogs here, though, I guess.
No dogs here.
No dogs here. I mean, I'm sure Mario has a few
Why didn't we
pieces,
bring a dog? Serious
because
question.
we don't want to sacrifice a dog to this thing.
Okay, that's,
It would be the first target he goes after, probably.
No animal death, please.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Margaret, you said you're taking another one and throwing it further in?
Yeah.
All right, you'll definitely need to get closer for this, but you're more than welcome to do so.
I will. Fearlessly, arrogantly, and yeah.
All right, do you say anything as you huck it further into the cave?
Nope. I might laugh a little, though.
Your laughter echoes through the cave as you hurl the second glass down further in. A reminder, the inside of the cave is open, very similar to a room with just these two pillars, and then the center of the cave moves inward, and it goes deep. Y'all didn't go down here, nor could you see the end of whatever this hallway leads to, but it seemed tall enough to allow this beast free movement. Your cocktail of the Molotov variety soars down this hallway. It's getting a little cold, Margot, so standing in front of the first burning Molotov as it's dying down feels relatively nice. Second one shatters. And now you can see further down this hallway. And what I mentioned you smelled before, almost as if it was blown by some force directly into your face, Margot, it just greets you head on. Still, you cannot see down this hallway. Still it goes on and ends in darkness. But you can see that it does indeed just kind of go. Not really sure how this was constructed. It almost looks like it was carved in some odd way. And now, because you are burning the viscera that it so elegantly placed on the walls, you see something slough down and slap to the floor. And you can feel a growling or a force vibrate within your chests. Kirk begins to look around, worried. And you can all feel this. Margot's the strongest for you. You're not sure if it's due to proximity or due to its focus. But you pissed it off. And as Jay and Carson, how are you two positioned? What are you guys doing as Margot hucks this bad boy down there?
I assume we have like the mirrors and stuff set up in front of the cave, basically.
Yeah. No.
So I would say we're positioned like next to the cave.
Yeah. Do I have a Molotov cocktail?
There's enough for each of you to have some.
Some.
Yeah, I'll be by the mirrors at the front of the cave. That's behind Margot, I guess.
Okay.
I guess it's safe to say that we set up either a small brazier or gave each other lighter so we can actually light all these Molotov cocktails with relative ease.
Yeah.
Perfect. And as you're all looking about, you hear a snapping and a crackling. A crackling that's not the fire. It's twigs and branches breaking, snapping and giving way. You notice the sound is coming from above you. Margot, you do not hear this, but Jay and Carson, you very much do. And as you look up, the creature displayed in a further unnatural way is almost clung, and it has weaved itself into the very woods somehow. Its legs wrapping around the various, stronger, I almost said talons, stronger branches that hold these trees and the canopy firm. Floating directly above both of you, Jay and Carson, you can very clearly see it looking down at you all, getting ready to drop down onto you. What do you two do?
Can I dodge to the side?
Definitely.
Is this big mirror that we took, is it one of those like swivel mirrors?
Yeah, so it's a standing mirror that has, we'll say there's a mirror on both sides, one for close, one for far, and it can roll, and if you need to flip it, you easily can.
Okay. I would flip it to the magnifying side so it can look from nice and far away.
Excellent. Are you angling it? You're angling it upward at it?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Let's see.
I would try to protect it. Like if it jumps down to destroy it, I would definitely try to keep it safe.
Okay. I'll have the two of you roll me act under pressure. Carson to avoid, and then Jay to get this bad boy situated. Nice, an 11.
Yeah.
And a 9! Excellent. Carson, you're able to move and weave between various mirrors and such. Nothing is dropped. You don't drop a Molotov. You don't bump into anybody. You can stay calm and move away without any issue. Jay, though, this mirror takes some faint dangling. Something about it feels... I don't know. It's old. That's probably what it is. It feels loose. Yeah, there's something about it that doesn't feel as firm. So it takes you an extra second to spin it the way you need to, but it does indeed angle upwards. And as it does, the thing drops almost at the same time. Fortunately, you angled it right where it would be landing, but it's not going to land on the mirror, though. You just have a perfect geometry and all that. And as it drops, you can see part of its body kind of almost unfurling, like the legs are flipping back to the way they were before, the long elk legs. And when I say long, I do indeed mean long. This boy is tall, and it kind of whips itself off to the side, the longest man. And in fear, you can see an immediate reaction to this thing. It does not like looking at it. It flips and rolls out of the way. But as it does, one of the legs sort of constitutes Jay, and it shoots out towards you rapidly, kicking you and trying to shoot you away from the mirror. Go ahead and take me 2 harm, and you will be moved away from the mirror, but the mirror is fine. Margaret, you hear this big son of a bitch land right behind you. Near all your friends. As it whips around quickly, it turns to look directly at you. It doesn't feel as if it's malicious towards you, Margot, but you are 100% sensing just agony and rage from this thing. You, though, there's a different kind of focus.
What do you mean?
It wants you. You know it wants you. It's almost as if you're a piece of property that somehow just keeps getting away. Stop. Come to daddy.
It doesn't matter how many faces you take. You'll never be like us. And I will charge forward.
Okay.
Can I swing at it?
Of course you can. You're charging it with your weapon?
Yeah.
Roll me kick the ass.
Actually, do I want to swing at it or go for its faces first?
So that is entirely up to you. I guess as a quick reminder before we get knee deep into combat, obviously creatures have a harm capacity. They also have their armor, but as you guys were reminded, you do need to exploit its weakness, whatever that may be, in order to finally kill it.
That was the faces. Right?
Rip off its faces.
Yes, you can technically rip off faces with your sword if you're aiming for the faces.
Oh, like slice them, see if they fall?
Yes.
Yeah. Like a good hit with a Molotov might also burn them off, I guess.
Indeed.
Maybe.
All right, well, I don't think I have one in hand. That's going to be you, Jay. I will attempt to slice and dice.
Alrighty, this thing is just covered in faces. All over its elk tar chest and its large elk face. They're just heads plastered on all the antlers and all these little spikes that curl upwards like fish hooks hanging by the eyes. All these faces. Are you aiming for its upper portion or the body?
Upper portion, where I think its head might potentially be located.
Alrighty, nice. And that 9, that's your kick some ass?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. All right, so we are going to inflict harm on each other as it charges towards you. And like I mentioned before, it means you harm Margot, but it feels as if it might be holding back ever so slightly. It doesn't want to hurt the goods, I guess. Your sword does what, 3 harm?
Yep, plus finish him gets me an extra harm. And I'm double checking. I think it's just 4. Yeah, I think it's just 4.
Okay. Whenever you inflict massive injury, 3 harm or more. So it's when you inflict 3 harm. So this thing has armor currently, which is going to reduce your 3 to 1. To 2, sorry. Reduce it to 2. But you're going to remove all of the, effectively, with this slash, with multiple slashes, every effective face that was holding onto on its upper portion. So I'll make it take 2 harm. And it's not going to trigger that because the armor's in the way, but you have severely damaged this thing, Margot, in terms of its armor. And it will soon be, on top of what you guys are doing, the burning and the mirrors, affecting it. As you reach out and do this, Margot, it moves to grab you. Again, its arms unfurl from under these faces and from its chest, and it reaches out. You're able to dash off to the side, and with 3 quick slashes, faces fall and slump onto the floor. Kirk is trying his best to stay away now. He will just, for this whole encounter, be moving away from this thing, holding the mirror out toward it, to the best of his ability, doing what he can to not die. As it misses you, Margot, its arms jet out, and you're able to like weave and spin around them to the side. It then swings in anger and smacks you as if to bat away a small child. Go ahead and take 3 harm. You have 1 armor, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so take 2.
Machismo. Let's try it.
All right.
Your Machismo.
Nice.
Success.
Hey.
All right. On a 10 plus, I heal 1 harm and gain +1 forward.
Alrighty.
Ooh.
So you only take 1 damage.
Machismo.
You're in a much better position now, Margot. That 3 harm was reduced down to 2 from your armor and reduced a further time because of your Machismo. So only 1. Not bad. You now see Margot going toe-to-toe with this thing, Carson and Jay. What are y'all doing? Well, realistically, Jay, you positioned the mirror. Carson, you just dodged. What are you doing, Carson?
Well, I'd like to throw the Molotov at it if I'm in a position to do so.
You are in a very good position to do so. It doesn't necessarily see or notice you now, so I'll have you roll act under pressure to aim the sucker properly, not kick some ass, and then we'll just kind of see how this plays out. 7, excellent. You hurl this bad boy, and you're aiming just dead center for the sucker?
Yeah.
Perfect. You don't strike it dead center, but you hit it fairly well. And as you do, the creature, the howl it lets out feels like it's coming from inside you almost, not from this being. It almost feels like the forest itself is just yelling along with it. It whips around to face you, Carson, as you see the faces just kind of like melting off these spikes. All of them are not gone, but it looks like it's in a very bad way. When it does whip around, it doesn't break it, but it knocks the big mirror over, and it shatters some smaller mirrors as its antlers kind of whip and begin to mold and writhe like snakes, almost as if it's maybe striking it against them. You can tell this thing doesn't stand or feel as comfortable as it did before. It might not know it, but being surrounded by mirrors is making it act a little more hesitantly, but it's now focused on you, Carson.
Okay. Well, I guess, now's a good time to test out that protect someone, get some experience. Can I shoot it or something?
Anyone can do anything. If Margot and Jay want to wait for you to fire, you definitely can. There's not really initiative in this game, so when someone wants to do something and it logically makes sense, they can.
Well, when it looks at me, is there a mirror close by?
Definitely. You guys set up plenty in the area.
Okay, so I want to get closer to that mirror, but also shoot at it.
Okay. Carson's moving over to a mirror, getting ready to fire out at this thing with your... Do you have a shotgun or a pistol?
It's pistol.
Okay. As the two of you see Carson doing that, Jay or Margaret, do you want to assist in any way or do something prior?
Yes.
Okay.
It might be a bit far-fetched though, but let's say we set up these mirrors in a specific way, and if we adjust them slightly, basically no matter where he looks, he'll be able to see himself. Would that count as a protect action?
Protect. So protect only works.
Basically, the idea is that he sees himself and it stuns him, so he gets distracted or something.
Right. That would be act under pressure.
To actually physically. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So protect is only when Carson has already taken damage.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to do the stupid thing and slide underneath him and give him like a good shot in the gut to distract him.
Okay, so you guys are both going for damage then.
More so me to distract him. Like I do want to experience one.
Sure. So Carson, roll me kick some ass because this thing is indeed charging for you, and depending on his outcome, Jay will be rolling help out.
Damn.
Oh my god!
I mean, I'm still gonna get experience if I help, technically. So.
Whoops.
For helping, you won't get anything, but for protecting, you will.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think that is the lowest I have ever rolled.
It's literally...
It's the lowest you can roll, technically.
Yeah, you have technically lowest you can roll is a 1, because you can have a negative 1 in something, but not great, Carson. Okay, this boy's gonna... Ooh, boy. That's all right, so he is charging full on towards you. Unlike Margot, this thing 100% means you violence. Jay, though, you are indeed close enough, so I won't have you roll help out because that can't help it too. But you can definitely roll to assist with the harm. It looks at you, Carson, still on fire, head down, and charges you, antlers fully aimed at you. and it is just going to basically attempt to put all of its force into you and ram you, flinging you up against the back wall of trees. Jay, you've moved close enough that you can indeed get in the way, so go ahead and roll me protect someone. And
I'm great at these, by the way.
Carson, also mark experience.
I mean, I do it at least. Yay.
All right, on a 7, we got it. So on a 7, you protect them okay, but you'll suffer some or all of the harm they were going to get. This thing is so focused on Carson. We'll split the damage half and half because you were so close, Jay. So Carson, you'll take 2 harm, and Jay, you'll take 2 harm. How are
Stable, right?
that would mark you as unstable? Yes. So Jay, how are you distracting this thing to pull away some of the fury?
Basically, as it is charging Carson, I would try to slide underneath it and do like the cool thing, shooting at it. And in doing so, when he slams into Carson, he slams into me as well.
Excellent. Yeah, he kind of stomps down and rams you a bit, Jay, and you're able to divert the horns. They do strike you, Carson, and 2 of them plunge directly into your left bicep, a couple inches, and he whips you off to the side, the horns tearing out, leaving a trail of blood as you're not flung against the back wall, fortunately, but he dealt you a serious blow. All 3 of you are still relatively close to this thing as it kicks at the dirt and prepares to strike at no one in particular, but one of you. The burning faces are still continuing to kind of slough off the side of its body. There are a few left on both its like upper portion and lower portion, but they're mostly all gone.
So where I landed, am I close to like our stash of Molotovs?
Realistically, unless I specify, basically on a fail, which you did indeed.
I did fail.
You did fail. So I would say you, Carson, you're not, because you rolled a 2. So you take the damage and you're in a poor position.
I would like to like dive for him anyway.
You're just going for him?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go for him.
All right,
I
Margaret.
mean, what else am I really gonna do? You know?
That's fair. You guys can see your stash of Molotovs. The creature has not noticed them just yet. Jay and Margot, you both see Carson diverting his attention to go over and grab them. Margot, you know, weapons up, sword is high. What do you do?
Real quick, my skill fortunes, it says once per mystery I may use them. This is like a long running mystery, so am I allowed to use it again or no?
Have you already used it?
I'm pretty sure for this one, yeah.
I think she used it at the start, yeah? I'm not
Okay.
sure if she used all of her charges, but...
Yeah, they're all gone.
Oh, they're all gone. Okay, this is one they called Fortunes.
Yeah.
Because it's weird, it's literally divination. This would have been probably something you did prior. So, if you want, go ahead and roll me Fortunes now, and we can say you did this before entering the forest, because now would be a very
yeah.
weird time.
This is a rewind kind of.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have a protective amulet.
You do. It works once, I think. So if you want to, oh, nice. If you want to have activated the amulet, Carson, you can reduce your harm by 1, or you can hold on to it for the next hit. Up to you.
I'm gonna hold on to it for the next hit, but I am gonna use it.
Okay. So that bad boy's at the ready. And Margot, you would have rolled a 12 on your fortune. So that gives you quite a bit, actually, doesn't it?
Yeah, I get to hold 3.
Okay, hold 3 on multitude of effects. You can have an useful object ready. You can be somewhere just in time. You can take 1 forward or give somebody else 1 forward, or you can warn someone about some bad shit that's about to happen. So now you have 3 of those. Now's a great time to use that. Reminder that, you know, checking basically vibe check, read about a situation. That's also something that can be done if we're looking about. And the situation is definitely getting dire because this creature is watching Carson, but it's watching all of you. So Margot, having already read your fortune prior in the day, what are you doing?
Well, I need to bring its attention back to me.
Okay, your next roll has a +1.
I think I'm just going to attack.
Just gonna run in.
Yeah, but I'm also going to send a jeer while I'm running.
Sorry, you're gonna what?
I'm going to jeer at him.
Jeer?
Like taunt him.
Yeah.
Okay, I heard deer, sorry.
I'm going to
the
jeer.
jeers.
I'm going to jeer at the deer.
Okay.
Jeer at the
Cheer,
deer.
deer, leer, or cheer?
Deer.
Come on, guys, cheer me on while I leer at the deer.
Cheer.
All right, we got some deer leering.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a specific line that is not sticking in my head for some odd reason.
Oh no,
Awkward.
she's RPing. She's monologuing in the middle of combat.
You sly dog!
Please stop making me laugh. I'm gonna say, wow, no wonder you want those human faces so bad. Dang!
Alrighty, and with your blade, are you going to strike it? I will say, going to strike its armor will be more difficult because of how spread the rest of the junk is on there. It is doable.
What exactly am I hitting by striking its armor?
You're effectively, so if knowing it has faces and you want to remove them, if you do indeed remove them, it will have no more armor, and whatever it is, will be exposed better to these mirrors. Your guys' plan was to kind of get the...
Yeah, I want to go for its armor then.
Okay. Kick some ass.
Nice.
Ooh, that was with my natural forward.
Alrighty. Another... Oh, wait, you unlocked that, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, you unlocked it. Advance kick some ass. Okay, hold up. Wait a minute. Put a little.
Love in it.
All right, on an advance kick some ass,
Man.
you completely hold the advantage. All hunters involved in the fight get +1 forward. You suffer no harm. Your attack inflicts double harm, or you drive the enemy away in a rout.
Oh my, the choices.
Man, double harm is severe. I mean, it can't die yet in this case.
Well, okay, if I do double the harm, I'm going to share away that much more armor, right?
Yes, so in this case, I mentioned before, the armor is scattered throughout its body. With double harm, it's going to be all gone after the stack. You'll get it.
Well, yes. So 3 harm. Do you want to take away his armor first before we start doubling?
No, that's going to be part of it, basically.
All right, well, finish him on a 10 plus is double the harm.
Indeed.
So quadruple the harm? Or does it not stack like that?
No, I think it would be double 3 and then double 3.
So
Wait
9?
a second. Yeah, 9. Yeah, 9, because we're not doubling 6.
You gotta roll it first. See what you get.
Okay, so for a 9, I inflict 1
wait,
extra harm.
Let me try to help you with that. Do you get anything more if you have a roll 10?
Yeah, and you are close enough to help, yeah. Well, what are you doing to
In that
assist?
case, I'll throw a Molotov as well to help her, I guess. Or, well, I throw a Molotov at the faces rather than it.
Go ahead and roll me help out.
I should be good at these, right?
Pretty sure you are.
Hope so.
And knock on wood.
You can give me a +1 and it'll succeed, technically, right?
Oh, yeah, sure, I'll give you a fortune. Aim better.
Wow.
I mean, laying on the floor and you like help me get up, basically, before I throw.
Basically.
Skill issue! All right, nice. So yes, that does indeed bring that. Oh my god, okay, we're changing many rolls here. All right, so your help out. Obviously, that's not a failure now, so no experience, but that goes up to a 7, and that
My experience, no.
And all right, how dare you? I'm trying to get the shit.
Why do I get experience when my rolls matter?
All right, so you are indeed able to help out, which brings your finish him up to a 10, and that doubles it, right? So we're just adding an extra 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically 3, and then we're taking the extra damage from Kick's Mass, right?
From Advanced Kick's Mass, yeah.
Right, so that's 6, and then from Finish Him, we're bringing it up to 9, and then we'll have the one reduce it down to 8, which is still a shit ton of damage.
Yes. And then she's gonna take some damage.
Indeed.
And I'm also taking the damage, by the way.
Yes, you're both going to get smacked around a little bit from this. Okay, so this thing is indeed quite angry, and I don't know why my child would do this to me. I really don't understand. I just want your face. Please, give face.
Give face?
Suck it.
All right, it's gonna suck it. So, Margot, you're going to strike this thing horribly well. It's gonna hurt the shit out of you back, but you are going to hurt this bad boy. You're gonna remove all the masks, all the faces, along with Jay's fire. It'll all be burned off, and this thing will be new as a babe. It's not going to go down, of course, but it's going to be really, really, really damn close. Do you want to narrate how you absolutely upend this thing and enrage it?
I mean, I guess I'm going to have to be a couple different slashes, right?
Oh yeah, you're going down this thing.
Really, you're not going to samurai slash it?
Yeah, no, I'm totally going to samurai slash it. Come on,
she's charging up her.
Haven't you seen my samurai? She goes like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh for like one attack. It's perfect.
LB3?
Yeah, but you only see one.
Well, I watch my character a lot, so you know. Anyway, so yeah, I will do like a couple of different slashes, and I'm also gonna say, true beauty is accepting yourself for what you are.
Not that I've gotten deep for sure.
Another jeer.
The deer does not accept your jeer, therefore it will inflict fear.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. All right, first and foremost, this is going to be a grievous wound, Margot. The thing I reminded you about before does indeed take place. I told Margot, since she would know this, taking parts of a living entity can be used, as we have before already, can be used for crafting, and basically I.C.S. can potentially turn it into something, but specifically while it's still alive. This is going to hurt the living shit out of it. If you want to get something from it, whether it be a horn or a reasonable amount of blood, that would be an act under pressure roll, not just straight striking it. But you've put it in a position where it's much easier now. The burning plus the blades, you have stripped this thing of any armor it might have had. It is smooth like a babe and may have spines and spikes on it, but you see its entire form begin to warble after you unleash strikes from head to toe. This beast, Margo. There's some blood on your blades. You now learn that, yes, it can indeed bleed.
And I'm sure it's not from the faces, right?
No, those are long extinguished of blood.
All right, excellent.
Eat the blood.
Um,
Consume the monster.
well, I think right now the blood's probably super important.
Maybe. You don't know if the bone will work for your wound, so you might need the blood instead.
Yeah. But if I take a limb, that's just chock full of blood, right?
True.
Oh yeah.
All right, I will go for a deer leg.
All right. As you're preparing all this, first we're going to inflict harm, and it's going to hurt. First and foremost, Margo, this thing is going to whip about, and its focus, although it has no face, it is entirely smooth.
Can I use one of my fortunes to have a useful object ready, aka a mirror,
That's fine.
to lessen this attack, or no?
To protect yourself.
That would be for the next thing, because this is your attack.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, we're resolving the thing you just rolled, basically.
I don't think anyone is close enough to protect you at this point, so...
That's fine.
So first and foremost, Margo, the feeling of it wanting to preserve you, now that you've done this, has been extinguished. It just wants your face. As you fly by it, and as you're striking, it's almost watching and looking at you, as if it were allowing you to make these blows, these strikes. It sees its goal, and it's going to go for it. That arm shoots out for you, Margo, and it grabs you by the throat. You're able to continue slashing and sort of doing your thing, but it begins to squeeze. And as it does, you can feel its fingers, branch-like, sharp at the tip, begin to push under the skin of your jawline. And you can feel it going in 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inches, as these fingers split into smaller branches, and all as if they're blossoming under your skin. It is just grooving up into you and sinking deeper and deeper.
You can stop now.
You will
I
take,
don't like being flayed alive.
No!
as you rage against this beast, Margo, take 4 harm. Your armor will help that, so it's only 3. You are now unstable, of course. That hurt a lot.
And what do I take?
God, and it's just my face. How did that hurt so bad?
It's digging deep. You told me to stop describing it. It also does have you, so it's holding on to you, Margo, which is actually good for your positioning.
It is, yes.
Jay, you will take 2 harm as
Nice.
it kind of turns, and its antlers, as it like wriggles its body, and it's dragging Margo with it towards you. Now it's seen that you've thrown this, and effectively it'll just like hit you straight in the throat, as if to just stop you where you are, hoping to just end you right now. It does not, though, but you almost feel your windpipe just shut and like shatter. Something cracks. You feel something horribly wrong as your breath is just cut for a moment and you stagger backwards. Carson, you see this thing has Margo, has knocked back Jay. You've dove for the fire bombs, though. What are you doing?
But it has Margo.
It's holding on to Margo. It's not necessarily using her as a shield, but it can if it wishes. And Margo, you can still take some meat if you want. You can shout that out if that's your intention.
So we assume that its armor is basically its weakness, right?
Yeah, effectively.
So it's vulnerable now. Also,
Yes.
It's vulnerable.
You guys have exposed it, and with all the mirrors you have everywhere, so the big mirror got knocked over, but it's now looking around, and you can tell it's like panicking. Basically, maybe it doesn't know why it's panicking, but it is indeed surrounded by mirrors. It's only broken a few of them. It is shaken. You can feel it shaking as it's holding on to you, Margo.
Is there anything I can do to make it let go of her?
What do you have on you in terms of weapons?
I have a pistol, a hunting rifle, and a baseball bat.
You could, if you want to go elite sniper, shoot it in the arm as an assist for Margo to... You said you want the arm, Margo, or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that.
you could assist Margot, or Margot could assist you as you're good at help out. So Carson, you can go to, I would say roll to kick some ass with this, and then Margot, you can roll to help out. Well, let's see. You're just trying to free Margot, right?
Yeah, but I mean, if I can do something else to help,
roll act under pressure then, and then Margot, depending on the outcome.
My last act under pressure didn't go well.
Yeah, but you're better at it.
I will help out +2.
Yeah, so Margot can give you +2 on help out.
All right.
You're good at show. There we go. Perfect. All right, cool. Margot, you want to help?
I will help.
Hell yeah. Oh my god.
Whoa.
All right, we don't have the advanced one for help out, but good job.
Wow, that's the second time I've done that.
Honestly,
clearly I should have taken it.
This is the perfect time to have rolled that because you are being gripped. That's 2 full successes. Your 14 gives a +2 to act under pressure, which brings it to a 10. Carson, you freeze for a moment. You see everyone around you. Kirk's not being focused on. He's safe. Jay is hurting, but not down. Margot clearly needs to be saved. You get ready. You breathe in. You pull out your rifle, and you aim for the joint on its arm. You're not sure if it functions the same way we do, but considering it wants to be like us, maybe it's somehow constructed a human-like arm. You think you know where to shoot. You aim, and you fire. The bullet cracks out and echoes in the small area. The bullet sinks through the arm, and with a wet, almost silent, like, it enters, and the arm wriggles for a moment. It didn't sever it, though. Not fully. It starts to grip ever so slightly, tighter and tighter, hoping to flay your face from your body, Margot. You still have your sword in hand, though, don't you?
I do, yes.
We now see a weak point, don't we?
Slice?
Seeing your moment of opportunity, you slice the sword upward, severing the arm. That is currently lodged in your face, but no longer connected to the creature, so good on you.
Still gross.
Indeed. You can feel it begin to slowly dislodge, but it's still kind of stuck in your face. So as you fall backwards and like kind of, you land, fortunately, on your feet, holding the blade, covered in this thing's blood. It's like a dark green. The arm hangs limply from your face as the creature screams out again, once again.
I yank it out.
As if, you're not sure that's the best idea, but you can definitely do that.
Sorry, I yank it out.
Okay.
Unless I start to feel real bad stuff happening, I'm gonna pull.
You rolled so well, I'll say you can. You are indeed unstable, so things aren't doing well. You won't take any extra harm, but not great. As this thing is rearing back from that, how dare you sever something from me? I was so close. You can feel rage encapsulate this thing, Carson. But you can tell it's also hurt. Margot, Jay, and Carson, you can all see the large mirror is not too far from this thing. It hasn't noticed it. You can tell it's slowed by the smaller mirrors, but you know that big one, or one of the big ones you guys have, especially that real big one, is going to affect it.
How close is it?
The mirror is not necessarily behind it, but for you, Carson, you'd have to little jaunt and skip to get there. Jay and Margot are the closest.
Okay.
Can I lunge for it or no?
I was gonna go do that.
I mean, let's go together because we want its attention on us no matter what.
Well, I don't.
I
I'm
mean,
literally one hit away from that.
Well, then I guess let me lunge for it.
I mean, I don't mind acting under pressure. You can assist me, I guess, but
Sure.
All right. Before that happens, Jay,
I am very cool after all.
you are incredibly cool. Unfortunately, you're
I need to.
a little too cool. As you're thinking, I need to die for that mirror. I need to get it. You finally catch your breath. But as you do, Jay, you hear behind you a gun cocking, pressed up against your back, and you hear a voice ring out. It's familiar. It's weathered. And he says, as Stefan pushes forward, "That will be enough there. Put down your weapons." And we'll pause there.
Oof.
That's cheating.
Wait, how did he get past Kirk?
Kirk is hiding.
Where do I put
Oh,
him?
Stefan. I knew it. F that guy.